Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. It's a bit of a dying art really, but I wanted to bring to the table, so to speak, some tea leaf readings, guys. Tea leaf readings been going on since about the 1800s, and it was mostly used by travellers, gypsies throughout the centuries, where they would read the tea leaves for certain clients, etc. So I actually purchased this deck of tea leaf fortune cards. Oh, I should say I've had this deck now for about 2 years, and it was by Ray Hepburn. And the concept of the cards, guys, there's 200 circular cards in this deck, and it does cover 12 months of the year. Okay, so you can actually do a 12-month forecast with a tea leaf reading. It also can sort of concentrate on one area. If you're doing it face to face, you could ask the client to pick one of these cards, and on here we've got areas of love, career, happiness, marriage, success and wealth. Okay, so that's another way of, if somebody's got a specific question in an area where they need answers to. And then we have the main 182 cards that assist with the reading along with what's picked up in the actual cup. So I just thought it'd be nice to bring this to the table and see what kind of readings we get. And I was going to start on the lovely month of October, so I've picked out the October card. So that's the introduction to what I'm going to be doing today for you. Okay, my lovelies, what I'm going to do now is be reading the tea leaf reading for my lovely Leos. So Leo, I'm just going to sprinkle some tea leaves into the cup to start with. Okay. So yeah, those will go into there. And I've got some hot water here, so we can start the brew going on. Let's just put that there for a second. So I'm just going to tip this in here for you. Okay, and then I'm just going to start to stir it to get some intention. So yeah, what have we got for the lovely Leos coming in at the end of the Halloween season of the 31st of October, coming into the start of November. So what have we got for the lovely Leos? So I'm just going to start to swirl this around a little bit to start the magic. And what I do is I just leave the water in for a little while just to start the leaves getting warm through, and then I'll just tip some of the excess out, Leo, because you don't need all that water in when you start doing the main reading for the leaves. So then I'll just start to swirl these. This is where you start getting the pictures build up now, guys. So yeah, let's have a look. Just tip a little bit more out, so it helps it easier when I turn it upside down and we don't get swimming in tea on the table. So yeah, we'll just a little bit more on this, my lovely Leos, and then we'll do the magic bit now. Just got to turn this upside down. Okay, you always face the handle to your heart, or when you're starting the tea leaf reading cup process, because I have to turn this now sort of 3 times in an anti-clockwise position. So I'm just going to turn it once. They're like half turns. Okay, twice and 3 times. And then I'll just leave that there for a second, and then what we have to do then is, my lovely Leos, is we have to tap the centre of the cup in a moment. It's just an old Romany gypsy tradition where they tap the cup 3 times to allow us permission to go in and have a look at what symbols are there. So I'm just going to tap it now for you. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just have a look what messages we've got here for you, my lovely Leos. I'm just going to have a quick scrying here to see what we've right then. First of all, I can see a lighthouse here, okay? There's a lighthouse here, and it's just obviously sending a beacon out. So I do feel that some of my Leos are seeking guidance at the moment, a little bit unsure about certain elements in their life at the moment, okay? Because having the actual lighthouse there with the beacon that I can see shining from it, okay, it just means you're a little bit lost at the minute. Some of my Leos are a little bit lost, uncertain what path they should be on, okay? Now, whether that's in a romantic situation where you feel you are judging yourself now as, do I stay in this relationship, or or is it something that I need to allow to finish, and for me to start to be single again because you don't feel like you're in the right relationship. Or it could be guidance to do with you're not really sure what career path that you should be on. You may be having a calling about change of career for some of my Leos as well, okay? So that's what I pick up first with the actual lighthouse here in the cup, okay? So I'm just going to carry on reading and have a look what we've got. I've also got a collection here, and the dog is a symbol of friends, and there's about 3 or 4 different dogs here collected. So to me it's a social event. So some of my Leos will have invitations coming at the start of November to do with a social aspect of a party invitation or a meal out. It's a family meal or a friends associated meal. I can just see a happy occasion where you Leos will be attending, okay? Let's have a look else what we've got here. Just seeing if I can pick up any initials as well, because I like to try and pick up any initials if they pop out at me. Now here, this is lovely, because as we know, we've got Christmas not too far away, and now I've just got a collection of reindeers here, okay? And I've got the fir trees in the back, and it's like the Happy New Year's where the party poppers are going off. So I do feel that some of my Leos here are excited, because I do feel there's a Christmas trip away here for some of my Leos. Okay, it might be something that you're just looking at to book as a last minute thing, but I can just see reindeers, I can see the pine trees, I can just see a winter wonderland basically. So some of my Leos may be thinking about planning a trip, last minute trip, trying to get a good deal for a trip away, at the Christmas time. Okay, so that's what I also get as well. I also see a hand here, okay, a hand, and it's releasing money, okay, because there's money being let go from this image that I see here. So at the moment I feel some of my Leos may be outlaying a little bit too much, or they may be outlaying money on a project that they're trying to get off the ground, whether that's a creative business but at the moment the money just seems to be going through your fingers, okay, because I can just see money here going through somebody's fingers. So it may be just to to be looking and addressing your finances for some of my Leos, okay? So what else have we got here? Let's have a look. Right, I've also got a snake here, okay? There's a snake here completely in this cup, right in the centre. So that to me is to be wary of somebody a bit untrustworthy around your gems at the moment, who is sort of not being honest with you, and I do feel that it may be again to do with a relationship, because that I could just see like tying of knots as well, like there's a knot there and it's all being twisted and tied into knots. So this could knock on from what I picked up earlier, that there's a relationship with some of my Geminis where you're getting tied in knots about whether you should be continuing on this. It could be, as I say, with the snake symbol, that there's somebody who is being a little bit untrustworthy around you at the moment. Okay, let me just have a carry on reading what we've got here. Okay, now this isn't going to resonate with everybody, but I do see it's just a memory link here of a child that's passed in spirit, okay? Only a small child that passed, okay, but I feel like there's an anniversary coming round of their passing, because I'm just shown 2 little tiny baby feet here, okay? So it's just to say and they're waving the hand just to say, there's a hands up here, just a tiny baby in the 2 feet here, just saying, hi, I'm here, I'm around you, okay? And also there's news of possibly somebody having twins as well later on in the year, because it's showing me now there's another baby here. So I do feel like there's going to be news for some Geminis. If it's not directly you, then it could be somebody, a member of your family, who get to find out that they're having twins, okay? Or twins are due to be born towards the end of the year. So that's what I pick up there, okay? So let's just have a look if there's anything else that jumps out to me, guys. Okay, I've got to mention here, I've got an initial of B, and I've got TT, and I feel it's like the name Bet, as in short for Elizabeth, Betty, okay? So, and again, I do feel this is a link from Spirit, so this could be a remembrance of somebody who's passed over, who's close to a Gemini, that had the name of, who was known as Betty or Elizabeth or Bet, okay? So they want to make themselves aware that they are around you at this time as well, okay? So that's what I'm getting out of the cup itself then, gems. So I'm just going to move now onto the actual cards for the to complete this reading. So let's have a look what we've got here. So I'm going to take 2 cards out of this pile and 2 out of here, because there's 182 cards, believe it or not, in these tea leaf tarot deck. So what other messages have we got, please? Sorry, gems. I'm saying gems and it's Leo. Sorry, Leo, I've just read for Gemini, so yeah. What messages have we got for the lovely Leos? I won't hurt you. Okay, what have I got in my cups of tea, I wonder? No, I don't drink alcohol, so yeah, so it's Leo. Let's just get the intention. What have we got here for the lovely Leos then? Going into the end of October. Oh, and that's just jumped out, so we'll have that one, Leo. Okay, and what have we got for the lovely Leos for the messages at the end of Halloween period, going into the start of November? Time's going by so quickly, and that one's just jumped out for you, Leo. Okay, and what have we got here then? Any more messages, please, for the lovely Leo for the Halloween period going into the start of November? Messages, please, for, oh, I think there's 2 there, or maybe 3 actually. So those 3 wanted to come out, so I'm going to stick with the 3, because I've had some other card readings where an extra one's jumped in. So I'm going to keep it as it is. So I'll just put these 2 on here. We'll keep that last one down there for you, Leo. Right then, Leo, so the cards are saying Weeping Willow, family sorrow, okay? So it's saying here that there may be some issues around you at the end of October going into November, where there's family issues that are causing you a little bit of grief, okay? Making you feel a little bit upset. It could also be the anniversary, as I said, of a passing, where it brings that, you know, the sorrow back to that family in remembering of losing, you know, a loved one, a little one, you know. So it could be to do with tying in with what was picked up in the cup earlier. So it's just to be aware that, you know, there may be a little bit of sadness, a little bit of family issues going on around you at the end of Halloween season on the 31st of October going into the start of November, guys. So Leo, what else have we got for you on here? And we've got an older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. So some of you could be dealing with, as I said before, it may be a member of your family where you need to sort things out for them. Maybe they're not well. There may be an older man in your family where you're giving your time to or sorting things out for. So it could be to do with that aspect of things, why that card's come out for you. Okay, Leo? So it's just about, you know, sorting out things, dealing with a relationship with an older male. It could also be on a romantic link, you know. It could be somebody who's met somebody who's older than them in a relationship, and that could be a new relationship coming in, you know, with the person who's you know, quite considerably older than you. Okay, so that could also mean that on that card. We've also got romance, celebration and party, okay? So as I said, I saw a social scene in that cup of where there was a get together, you know, with quite a few friends. So I do feel that then obviously there's some kind of celebration here, party celebration, okay? So that's why that one's come out for you. And then we've got temporary situation, okay? So it could be there's some things being put on hold for you, gems, as you're going into the end of October, start of November. It may be that there could be short time within your workplace, and that could be a temporary situation, okay? And obviously you've just got to ride that element through. Or it could be that you're in between house selling, you know, you've sold a house and you haven't really found the actual house that you want at the moment, or the date of swapping is a couple of weeks here and there, and it's a temporary situation where you've got to be held up somewhere while that process goes through. But there's just something being put on hold, something that you know, you've just got to be in a temporary situation, whether it's to do with work. That's, you know, like I said, you may have been put on short time because the work's not there, but it's just to know that it is a temporary situation, okay, that you need to be going through, going into the end of October, start of November. And then this other card that came out, let's have a look what that is. It's beware of self-delusion, okay? So this may be a warning to you guys, and for some of my Leos, that you may have this belief in something, you may have belief in a person, okay? It may be that you've met somebody and, you know, they're looking all singing and dancing to you. You know, they could have painted this really picture of themselves, of this, you know, really, I don't know, well-off person, or, you know, in a place where they, you know, how can I say, it's just, I do feel like it's just somebody who's portraying themselves to be something they're not, basically, and you've been sort of swayed a little bit in the belief of what they're telling you. So it's saying beware of self-delusion, that you're not deluding yourself into a situation. Again, it could be as well if some of my Leos are going for a job interview, okay, and you're sitting there reading what the job description's all about. It's saying don't let just the print on the paper give you that you know, feeling that this job is all singing and all dancing. Dig a little bit deeper, and especially when you're at the interview, ask a few more questions. Do you get sick pay when we're off sick then? You know, what holiday entitlement am I, you know, it's like the bits you can't see, okay? So it might be all singing and dancing on the paperwork, okay, but it's saying don't beware of self-delusion, that it's, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is it is what it says on the paper, or they are who they are when they're speaking to you, that you're starstruck by somebody thinking, God, you know, they really like me, and one thing and another. But it's saying don't get carried away on the first impressions, guys. It's saying don't be deluded in what's being presented to you, okay? It's this smoke and mirrors type of situation. So that's what I'm feeling there. So yeah, my lovely Leos, get it right, only because I read Geminis previously. My Leos, I hope you've enjoyed that tea leaf reading. And as I say, it's something that I wanted to bring back on the table, because obviously my late mother used to do it, and previous ancestors, as I said before. So yeah, I hope you can take something from that, and I'll look forward to reading to you, Leo, when I'm round again with my next readings. Take care then, bye.